Progress is being made on Lancaster Street Hill after city crews had to replace a large amount of pipe. As of today, crews have around 85 feet of pipe laid out. When the project is complete, crews will have replaced 155 feet total. A third-party contractor will be hired to pave Monday or Tuesday. After that is complete, the road will be reopened. As crews continue to make good progress, they continue to face challenges from the recent storms taking the finished work and washing down plugging other pipes.
Heavy rain that we received on Monday ended up washing out this hole and flowing the aggregate and stuff downstream to lower Lancaster Street and plugging off a line down there. So we spent all afternoon into that evening unplugging that line.
Boley says the road will be opened back up to public traffic sometime next week. He asks you to continue your patience as crews finish up this project.